Today I will be showing you guys how to find the total resistance in a combination circuit. But first we have to know the basics. Our symbols are I, which is equal to current, V, which is equal to voltage, and R, which is equal to resistance. Our units are ampere, which is A, volts, which is V, and ohms. There are two types of circuits, but there can also be a combination. Our first circuit is a series circuit. Our total voltage is V1 plus V2 plus V3. Our total current is the same throughout, and our resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3. A series circuit is a circuit in which resistors are arranged in a chain, so the current has one path to take. The current is the same throughout each resistor. This is an example of a series circuit. R1, R2, and R3 all follow the same pathway. They end up and start at the total voltage. Our second circuit is a parallel circuit. Our total voltage is the same throughout, our total current is added up, and our total resistance is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3, and then finding the inverse. A parallel circuit is a closed circuit in which the current divides into two or more paths before recombining to complete the circuit. This is an example of a parallel circuit. R1 is cut off in the middle, and R2 is parallel to R1. Even though they are not in the same circuit, they still end up and start off at the total voltage. This is my equation, which is a combination circuit. I know this because R1 and R2 are in a series, and R3 is in a parallel with R1 and R2. Our total voltage is 24, but because we are finding the total resistance, we don't need that number, so we can just forget about it. Like I said before, R1 and R2 are in a series circuit, while R3 is in parallel with R1 and R2. To find the answer to this problem, since it's a combination, we have to set it up in steps. So first we find the series circuit. So the total resistance in a series circuit is added up. So we would add up R1 and R2. It would be 15 ohms plus 5 ohms, which is equal to 20 ohms. Our second step is the parallel circuit. To find the total resistance in a parallel circuit, you would have to add 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3, and then find the inverse. Because we just found R1 and R2 in the last step, we just have to substitute it in the equation. So 1 is over R12 plus 1 over R3, and then inverse. So if we were to plug in the numbers, it would be 1 over 20 plus 1 over 30, and then finding the inverse. When adding up the resistors, you would get 1 over 12. When you simplify it into a decimal, you would get 0.083. Then you would have to find the inverse, which is 12. Our total resistance is 12 ohms. Thank you for watching.